I'm here to clear up the top 10 mistakes and misconceptions about work burnout. There are a lot of them, but I have a top 10 list that I see most often and hear in my coaching practice. You might think that no one cares that you're burned out, or that it doesn't matter, or that it's not even something that you can overcome. I'm here to change your mindset and debunk some of those burnout myths. I'm Jennifer Bassman, a Certified CliftonStrengths coach. I extinguish burnout one entrepreneur, one person at a time. I help people recover from burnout by getting to the root of what is burning them out. Here, we talk about all the things that contribute to a burned out mindset. I'm also a burnout survivor. In 2013, I burned out and spent more than 2 years clawing my way out. Now I share resources and teach others how to recover from burnout. But here's my warning label. I tell it like it is, and I give you the hard truth about burnout recovery. It's not easy. So if you're not really ready to fight your burnout, you may not like what I have to say. I say that because some people would rather make excuses or think that they can't change. You've got to be ready to do the hard mindset work to fix your burnout. So here we go. Mistake number 1. You don't think that you're that burned out, or overwhelmed for that matter. You know, can I be honest? You're watching a video about burnout, so something's going on. You and I have different thresholds when it comes to stress. What I see as stressful, you may not. What you see as stressful, I may not see the same way. So here's my stress threshold question. Are you sleeping at night? If you're not sleeping well, it's usually one of the first signs that there's too much stress in your life. If you have experienced chronic stress for longer than a month or two, you may be on the path to burning out. Look, we all go through or experience busy periods or temporary periods of unusually high stress. However, if that stress doesn't resolve or you go from one stressful situation to another, it's time to figure out a way to decompress. Check out the link to my burnout quiz in the show notes below if you want more clues to your level of burnout. Mistake number 2. It takes a lot or way too much work to figure out and fix the actual cause of your burnout. You know what? No, it doesn't. What takes a lot longer is trying a lot of the wrong solutions for the wrong problem. That's why I say we need to get to the root of what's causing your burnout. One of the most efficient ways to get to that root cause of your burnout is to take a CliftonStrengths assessment. This assessment tells you where you are or where your natural talents lie and what you're best at. What a lot of us discover is that we're not working in our zone of genius, or we're not doing what we do best. And when you aren't spending your time doing what you do best, you do get stressed out and burn out because you're not satisfied and you're not happy. And once you know what problems need to be fixed, it's a lot easier to hone in on the right solution and fix those problems. Mistake number 3. Burnout is something to be ashamed of, or it's the equivalent of failure. This one couldn't be further from the truth. Burnout is not something to be ashamed of, nor is it a sign of failure. When I first realized that I was burned out, I confided in a colleague or a fellow business owner about the struggle that I was going through. And this business owner told me to keep my burnout and my stress fears to myself because it's more important to appear strong and confident when you own a business, because he felt like that's what the general public wanted to see. In my gut, I knew this was bad advice. It wasn't until a few years later that when I was speaking with another group of business owners that a few of us admitted to our feelings of burnout and feeling overwhelmed. Realizing that I wasn't alone actually built my confidence, and also recognizing the chronic stress that I was under was also a health problem, it helped me take bigger steps towards remedying my burnout. You know, when you're burned out or experiencing chronic overwhelm and stress, that's the time to reach out to your supportive friends and family and colleagues that might be able to help you find better solutions. Obviously, I made a bad choice the first time. Mistake number 4. There isn't any effective way to recover from burnout. There are actually a variety of effective ways to recover from burnout. In fact, check out my video on recovering from burnout, effective solutions. I'll link to it in the show notes below. What prevents many from recovering is that they don't want to do the hard mindset work that comes with admitting you put yourself in a stressful situation. I will also point out that there isn't one solution that works for everyone. It takes a variety or a combination of solutions to recover. So you may have to try a few things to figure out what works best for you. Keep in mind though, you can't recover from burnout overnight. Burning out didn't happen overnight or in a day, so it's going to take some time to recover. Have a little bit of patience. Mistake number 5. If you get some rest, take a break, eventually you'll be fine. When I was initially going through burnout, it was all about all the advice I could find. Get some sleep, take a vacation, lessen your workload, and hire some help. It was very frustrating because none of those things worked without actually getting to the root of my burnout. When you don't know what is specifically burning you out, the solutions you try will all temporarily just be band-aids. Getting more quality sleep, taking a break, and lessening your workload do matter in the burnout recovery process. However, what no one else will tell you, you need to know why you're burning out and get to the root cause of your burnout so you can extinguish the behavior that is causing you problems. Otherwise, the burnout's just going to keep happening. Here's an example. Lessening your workload won't help if you already manage employees, because it could be that managing employees is what's causing your chronic stress. Yes, getting some rest and taking a break will eventually help when you have applied the correct solution to the correct problem. Mistake number 6. It's normal to feel constantly overwhelmed. Look, we live in a busy culture that prides itself on wearing stress like a badge of honor. Honestly though, this stress is not good for any of us, and thinking that it's something to be proud of is actually rather unhealthy. We all go through periods of time when we're busier than usual. That's totally normal. But when you chronically overschedule or overcommit to work, that becomes a problem. Your schedule should be a mixture of high and low periods of activity. But if you're constantly feeling overwhelmed for long periods of time with no rest in sight, you're going to develop some issues. Mistake number 7. You don't like saying no and enforcing boundaries because it makes you feel guilty or you're afraid other people are just going to get upset with you. The first time I told a client that I would not accommodate an after-hours call, I sweated profusely and feared it was going to close my business. No such thing happened though. In fact, they complimented me on my boundaries and said they thought they'd just ask. They didn't expect me to accommodate them. While people don't love to hear no, they do expect it. And if they can't handle you turning them down, those aren't your people. You are entitled to have clear boundaries that you enforce professionally and personally. You should say no to work that doesn't align with your priorities and goals. You can't control other people's reactions, but you can control your own and make sure that your needs are being met. If you'd like help learning about how to create effective boundaries, you should check out my book, Stop Being a Doormat. By the time you finish my book, you will have clearly defined boundaries and be able to confidently enforce them. Mistake number 8. You should feel guilty for practicing self-care. What? This one has always amazed me. Everyone needs and deserves downtime. Everyone. It's time to change your mind about the importance of practicing self-care and adding it to your routine and to your schedule. If you take no other advice from this video, take this advice. Take care of yourself. If you let yourself go, become overwhelmed, or develop resentment and animosity, who are you really helping anyway? Mistake number 9. You expect others to handle excessive stress and overwhelm without complaining. Learn from my mistake. Your friends and family can only handle so much of your complaining and excessive stress before it becomes more than obvious you need to get off your butt and do something about it. Chronic complaining, basically reliving the stress over and over and over again every time you complain about it without taking any action to remedy your problems, is stressful for you, the complainer, and also for your listeners. I've ruined many friendships because I didn't recognize when enough was enough. It's okay to complain and stress out in front of your family and friends. The people who love you the most want to support you, and that includes listening when you need to vent. However, if the only conversations they have with you are one-sided because you spend all of your time with them complaining, it gets old really quick. Mistake number 10. No one wants to help you. The people that love you the most, your family and friends, want to see you succeed. When you are under chronic stress, the people closest to you often suffer along with you. No one wants to see you miserable and stress out. They want to see you succeed and thrive. So allow them the means to do so by communicating where you are and what you need. This mistake is a two-way street though. You will need to do the hard work on your own and not wait for someone else to change your mindset. You are the only person that can do that, but your support system can be by your side and encourage you. Further proof that people want to help you, I'm a total stranger posting a video with helpful information to support you. Okay, that's enough tough love for one day. If you're suffering from burnout or working to prevent it, be sure to subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button below. I consistently post videos or update with videos that discuss burnout and ideas directly related to it. Thank you for watching today. I appreciate you.